Now on Coast TV News.
Dangerously low temperatures crossing our area, why homeless shelters remain closed, how the community is responding. It's Giving Tuesday, how local organizations and individuals are extending their hands to those in need. Football fever, the excitement as Cape High and Decatur High School gear up for the state football championships, how the community is celebrating.
This is what we're concerned about the temperatures tumbling to for the wind chill factor, and it could be a big-time health problem for those stuck outside.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Cots like these not available until Friday. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with dangerous cold and the people that just can't escape it.
New tonight, temperatures expected to be frigid, but cold weather shelters do not open until the end of the week. Coast TV News reporter Charles Reiner joins us live now in Milford. Charles, you're at one of those shelters right now.
Maddie, I am right here at the Avenue United Methodist Church right in downtown Milford, and they do not open their doors until the end of the week. And I was told by people here, such as the Code Purple coordinator, that they simply cannot open their doors any sooner due to simply not having any of the manpower or volunteers to do so. Now, they do have some of the things they need here, such as cots, some food, and some pillows and blankets, but I am told that they are in desperate need of volunteers here. And the church said
last year the same thing happened about 3 days before we opened. It got really cold, but unfortunately we weren't ready to open. It looks like the same thing is going to be happening this year.
The shelter here and all the other Code Purple locations open up this Friday. If you would like to sign up to be a volunteer for Code Purple on this Giving Tuesday, you can do so on Love Inc. of middelmarva.org under the Code Purple tab. I'm Charles Reinert in Milford, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Charles. It's not just people who suffer in this severe cold. It's quickly dangerous for animals, too.
You really shouldn't have them out for when it gets down into the 20s, they shouldn't be out for more than about 15 or 20 minutes. When it gets into the teens, for some dogs, 5 minutes is enough. That, you know, they could go into hypothermia in 5 minutes.
And if it felt cold, it looked cold as well. Some snow flurries hitting Lewis this morning. That reminds me of a more northern climate. And now let's go ahead and take a live look outside into Ocean City. No more snow flurries there, but it is cold. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams telling us exactly what kind of temps we can expect for the rest of the evening.
We're expecting temperatures to fall into those 20s that those folks just told you a few moments ago that are bad for the pets and obviously for the people. We're going to drop from 30s into the 20s as early as 9 o'clock this evening under clear skies. So we have to brace for that cold to really become in the forefront of our minds. I mean, take a look at the temperatures across the region as a whole. We're at 33 in Lewis right now, 34 Rehoboth, 35 Indian River Inlet. But here's what it feels like. It feels like 23 degrees Indian River Inlet. It feels like 29 right now in Millsboro, 26 Redden, 27 is what it feels like in Milton. It feels like 24 in Milford. It feels like 25 degrees in Greenwood, and it feels like 27 degrees in Seaford. But we see the winds are also moving out of the northwest pretty steadily between, let's say, 4 to 15 miles per hour. So that combination of dropping temps and the winds, that doesn't help. And an occasional gust will make a bad situation even worse, putting a little salt in the wound, so to speak, because we're looking at possible 33 mile per hour gusts that we've recorded along portions of the coast. So it's the wind, the direction in which the winds are coming from, and the drop in temperature that's making for a combination of concern. Gale wind warning is in effect along the entire coastal region, so we're bracing for about 30 to 40 mile per hour winds throughout the entire evening, and that's going to actually aid in making it feel that much colder now that the cold fronts push through and the Arctic air is now first and front and forefront in our mind and over the Delmarva Peninsula. Now, we are going to talk about how low we'll drop for tomorrow morning, which, spoiler alert, will be in the teens. We'll talk more about that and just how long that cold will hover around. But until then, back to you, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. An Ocean View woman has been sentenced to 3.5 years in prison for meth distribution. This is just 2 months or over 2 months since her husband was sentenced for the same offense. According to the U.S. Attorney Office for the District of Delaware, Melanie Mitchell joined her husband, Vincent Mitchell, on monthly trips to Philadelphia to buy meth and then sell it in Ocean View. The office says Mitchell is to self-report to the designated prison on January 8th to begin her sentence.
The results of the City of Rehoboth's traffic and parking study are out. The study was conducted through the city's online platform, Reach Out Rehoboth. 600 people responded. According to the study, here's what a majority of people have to say about the city's traffic and parking. More people said they'd prioritize bike, scooter, and other micro-mobility accommodations for space allocation. The majority said a lack of enforcement of illegal and improper parking contributes to most parking challenges. People have voiced that delivery trucks, unloading and loading in lanes are the biggest issues for congestion. Visitors say they're willing to walk 3 to 4 blocks from parking to their destination.
The town of Millsboro is considering the request to install a stop sign on North Morris Street and Coppola Park. The city will determine that request on December 4th at its town council meeting. That's at 7 p.m.
The City of Rehoboth is still looking for its next city manager. Former city manager Lawrence Christian's last day was November 3rd. The city says Christian resigned due to unforeseen personal family issues. The city is meeting December 1st to consider candidates for the city manager position.
The town of Milton is requesting proposals for water tank maintenance services. The work of the contract is long-term. The town says that it is looking for a qualified firm that will conduct work on water storage tanks in the town. Proposals are due on December 20th at 11 a.m. Forms, those can be obtained from the town by email.
The City of Milford is inviting you to a ribbon cutting and guided tours of the new police department building. The new building is located on Northeast Front Street. The ribbon cutting will be held December 12th at 10 a.m. The city says it will host 2 public open houses to view the facility on December 13th from 1 to 5 and the 14th from 4 to 8.
New fundraising initiatives are underway today as part of the nationwide holiday for giving known as Giving Tuesday. In the newsroom, it is Coast TV News anchor Mallory Metzner. Mallory, locals and organizations are working to improve the quality of life for people and animals in need.
Charlie, there are more than 800 causes to support in Delaware online through a site called Delaware Gives. Local groups are matching donations to some of those nonprofits for today only. The Brandywine Valley SPCA's campaign is centered around a dog named Molly who was attacked by another dog while caring for her puppies. The puppies have since found forever homes. To help Molly find a family too, BVSPCA says all donations today will be matched up to $30,000. The Delaware Center for the Inland Bay says donations to them go twice as far thanks to a $5,000 donation. The Alzheimer's Association says it is tripling donations thanks to a family's gift in memory of loved ones and to advance research for the disease. And Pathways to Success is raising money for the students it helps in 6 local schools.
So if they need sports equipment, if they need gas cards, to get from one sports event to another, we want them to have that experience. Also, gas cards for work. A lot of them work part-time jobs to help put food on the table for their families.
Gilmore says that Giving Tuesday is the biggest day for these nonprofits to raise money for the people that they support. We have links to the fundraisers I mentioned as well as others in the area online on CoastTVnews.com. Back to you.
Unfortunately, Giving Tuesday can also make way for scammers. We don't want that for you. So according to NBC News, scammers are expected to take away millions of dollars from legitimate charities. Some tips include donating directly to a charity and asking for specific information like how the money is going to be used and where it will go. Also, don't respond to pressure to contribute on the spot. For a full guide, visit our website at coasttvnews.com. This brings us right into our Coast TV poll, though. We do want to know what motivates you to give on Giving Tuesday. Let's take a look at the updated results.
At the 5, it was a majority personal connection. 58% of you guys are just messing with us now and saying you're doing it to look good on social media. That's not true. I know people actually care about this. But, every opinion is valid and every vote matters.
Listen, as long as the money gets to the people that need it, I don't care what your reason for donating is. Just pick one of these that is true to you.
That's true.
If you haven't voted yet, you can do so online at coasttvnews.com or use our Coast TV mobile app. And we're going to have updated results on this coming up tonight at 11.
We have a lot more news to get to this evening.
Still to come, Lewis Christmas Parade set for this week. What terrific and traffic disruptions bus goers need to look out for.
Gale wind warnings grip the coast, making a cold situation even colder tomorrow morning.
But first, Cape Henlopen and Stephen Decatur football teams head to the state championships, how each community is gearing up for the historic games. We have all that hype in just 60 seconds.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would
So
say.
they're made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would.
And they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think
And
so.
they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out? And the custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Her spirit, his dream. And the hottest dancing on Broadway now on tour. The music that moved a generation. The story that will inspire a new one. On your feet, the story of Emilio and Gloria Estefan.
Live at the Performing Arts Center, Sunday, December 17th. Purchase tickets now at ococean.com/pass.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Hut, hut, hike. By the end of this week, champions will be crowned in high school football. Stephen Decatur gets a shot at a title on Thursday. Cape Henlopen, they get a chance on Friday.
And as Tori Seagraves reports, fans in both communities are ready to make some noise in support of their squads.
And the crowd goes wild. This is what it looks like when your team and fans lock up a seat in the state championship game. Cape Henlopen will vie for the Delaware crown, Stephen Decatur for the Maryland title. Anthony DeDominicus played football for the Cape Henlopen team in 1990. After waiting 40 years to see the team return to the championships, he is thrilled.
We're definitely due. I think it's our time. We've got a heck of a coach and a great set of young men playing for him, so I think it's our time.
And the significance isn't lost on current students. Cape senior Lily Little understands how rare this is.
I was like, oh my goodness, that's literally a year before, a year after my mom was born. So even during her time of being in high school at Cape, they didn't go to the championships. So the fact that we're going my senior year is a little crazy, and seeing all these people, especially the seniors I've seen grow and progress throughout their athletic career.
Meanwhile, in Maryland, Stephen Decatur has an opportunity to do something no other team in school history has ever accomplished.
It's a dream. It's something that, people dream would happen, but that doesn't often come true. So the fact that we're actually living it out is special.
Parents are already ramping up their school spirit.
Get our cheers ready, get our outfits ready. We're ready just to be the best fans we can be and cheer on this team.
So whether you're a Viking or a Seahawk, get out your blue wear before kickoff. Stephen Decatur's football team will be heading up to Annapolis on Thursday for their state championship game at 7 o'clock. And the Lewis Vikings will be headed up to Newark for their 7 o'clock game on Friday. And don't forget to tune into Delmarva Sports Network coverage for these games. Coverage for both games begins at 6:30. I'm Tori Seagraves in Lewis, Coast TV News.
Northwest winds are wreaking havoc on the coast, giving us cutting wind chill into the teens for tomorrow morning. Your forecast coming up.
The face of homelessness is changing. More and more, the people seeking food and shelter right here in our community are moms with children, whole families in need, and people in mental health crisis. But there is hope. Halo Ministry is making a difference, and you can help.
Halo has been the best way for you to help the homeless in our community because we offer more than a meal and a warm bed. We teach life skills and provide case management. We offer hope, the hope of Christ, and we put His commandments into action. And that's what really changes lives. Won't you help us do His work?
Visit haloministry.org right now and click the donate button.
Your end-of-year giving is vital to our mission. I always promise you I'll make every dollar count, and all of it stays local.
Your year-end gift can benefit everyone in our community. Thank you.
It's the Black Friday sales event all month long at all IG Burton Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram locations. Drive home in a sporty and performance pack Wrangler Sport 4XE for just $329 per month. Or buy a 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee with 2.9% financing, plus no payments for 90 days. Visit IG Burton Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram today in Melford, Smyrna, Newark, or Berlin to take advantage of Black Friday savings all month long. Nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
Life is a commitment, a beautiful journey that teaches us all that just when you think you've got it made, you've got another thing coming. To which we say, bring it on. You've got a heart that needs a hand. We've got hands committed to saving hundreds of hearts each year. You want your life back? We've got your back, and your hips, and your knees. You're facing a monster? We've got heroes. Life gets off to a rough start? We've got this, and this, and this. You have fear? We have hope. You're facing a storm? Hey, storm, is that all you got? Because we've got more ways to help, more ways to provide hope, more ways to prove our commitment to you. And that commitment, well, it runs deep.
If there was ever a time that you could utilize and use our app, this would be that time. Take the time out, put your phone on camera, and scan the QR code in the corner, because we have some serious changes happening with the weather starting as early as tonight going into tomorrow morning. It feels like the 20s. I mean, it feels like 23 degrees, for example, right now in Milford and in Greenwood, and it will continue to plummet from there for the rest of the evening. You see, what's happening is, as you take a look, we have the winds are causing the shoreline to be a little bit active for us right now, but temperatures are going to really drop into the 20s. So these temperatures in the 20s right here, that's what it feels like at this present time, and it's going to get even worse down the road because of the winds. We have gale wind warnings in effect along the Sussex County coast all the way down towards Chincoteague, and we're watching out for about 35 to 40 mile per hour winds. Now, this is following along with the cold front that's pushing through as well. So the Arctic air is here, and now we're bracing for the winds to pick up momentum to make a cold day feel even colder. Let me show you the difference between the two. For example, 35 along the coast, 35 inland areas. But we are actually 8 degrees colder now than we were 24 hours ago in Georgetown. And we were last time we measured here before it fell out, just before we went on the air, down to 10 degrees lower in Ocean City. So we're at 22 degrees right now. That's what it feels like on Indian River Inlet. It feels like 27 in Selbyville and Milton. It feels like 27 right now in Del Mar. It's all about the next dozen hours, okay? So as we open up the donut box for the forecast, listen, you'll notice that we go into the 20s rather rapidly by 10 o'clock, and we stay there and we go into the mid to low 20s under mostly clear skies for the next dozen hours or so. And so that's what Mother Nature's going to be serving up. Not warm coffee, but cold wind chill factors. Now, we start off Wednesday morning in the 20s, but the wind chill factor is going to be worse than that. But the winds will be shifting directions out of the south by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon. That's a good thing, because that's where our relief will come from. That flow out of the south will help push the temperatures back into the 50s, which is a lot closer to where they're supposed to be for this time of the year and a lot easier to deal with. But we are concerned about the possibility of frost and freeze for at least 2 more mornings. Wednesday morning for a hard freeze possibility, and Thursday morning the possibility stands there. But it should come to an end. This is the haymaker that we're concerned with most of all. Tomorrow morning, we're going to wake up feeling like 17 degrees along the coast and feeling like 16 inland areas, provided it doesn't feel colder than that. By Wednesday evening, we'll feel like the 20s. And for Friday, we'll start warming back up. We're going to have to get past tomorrow morning and Thursday morning first. Just to recap, 23 for tonight, getting cold very quickly. Tomorrow, we'll start off feeling like the teens, sunshine, and a high of 40. Thursday, shifting back closer to norm with 53 for the high. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling extended forecast. 40 is about all we can muster as far as thermodynamic energy is concerned for Wednesday, dropping down to 26. But then we recover Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But we will have a chance of rain on Friday and another round of rain likely for us on Sunday.
Thank you, Paul. If you're attending the 40th annual Ocean City Christmas Parade on December 2nd, here are traffic advisories from the town to the visitors. Spectators are not permitted to watch the parade from the median area of Coastal Highway. Drivers are reminded that traffic patterns will change, and that begins around 8 a.m. in the morning. People are reminded to use crosswalks and crossing with traffic control signals due to a high volume of pedestrian traffic.
Due to the annual Lewis and Laurel Christmas parades, a few DART bus stops will be temporarily closed. According to DART, Savannah Road between Shields Avenue and Front Street will be closed December 2nd from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. Savannah Road stops include Beebe Avenue, 3rd Street, Smith Avenue, OP Daily Market, Cape Henlopen and Beebe. Central Avenue and Laurel will be closed December 1st from 5 to 9. Those stops are Green Avenue, West 7th and West 10th. The holiday season is here. Lots to do. One of my favorites is watching lights that are decorated all over Delmarva. So we want to see yours. Take a look at your screen right now. It's a white Christmas. We got this from Cheryl and Tom Dauf from Lewis. They say they love this Christmas tree. We love it too. I love the blue and the white there. Thank you so much for sending this to us, Cheryl and Tom. And we want to see how you are decorating your home for the holiday season. You can send your pictures and videos to coasttvnews.com/holidayhouse.
I love all those holiday pictures. The holiday season is upon us, and the Bless Our Children campaign, it's in full swing. Already, we have collected an incredible $83,000 to help provide Christmas for children who otherwise might go without. But as we all know, this year is creating hardship for many more people, and the need for help is only growing larger.
We are so grateful for everyone who has donated to this year's Bless Our Children campaign. You can see our tree keeps getting more full with cards, which represent your donations. And right now, I want to thank Ted and Barbara Elser from Dagsboro, who say, "May the Lord bless you for the work you do," and sent this beautiful card. Thank you so much for your donation. If you'd like to donate, you can do that at blessourchildren.org.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studio.
Good evening, sports fans. Cape Henlopen and Stephen Decatur football are on historic playoff runs, and DSN will continue to follow their journeys every step of the way as they head to the Delaware and Maryland state finals this week. Cape football has a chance to win their first and only state title since 1979. On Friday night, the Vikings face the Sallies for the Delaware 3A title. Cape is led by second-year head coach Mike Federick. The former Ravens and Titans defensive end has guided Cape to 3 straight wins and 4 of 5 since losing at Sussex Central back in mid-October. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. from the University of Delaware. And Decatur is playing in its first state title game in school history and coming off a dramatic 35-34 win over Milford Mill on Friday. This Thursday, the Hawks face 5-seed Huntingtown, who knocked out Kent Island in the quarterfinals. Decatur is trying to capture the Bayside's first title since 1996 and the first state title in 2A football in 41 years. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. from Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. And tune in to DSN at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday and Friday for a 30-minute special on both teams. Plus, follow us on social media for live coverage from the games throughout the evening. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Delmarva's Holiday House is brought to you by Bay to Beach Builders.
It hardly ever snows at our house this time of year, which can be a big bummer. But I still check every day, just in case. My mom says never give up, because the holidays are full of miracles. And they are, especially with my mom.
You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
16 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Thank you for calling Coastal Comfort.
This is a complimentary call. A couple of years ago, I had my heat pumps replaced. Last night, I noticed one of them wasn't working right. Somebody was out here within a couple of hours, and it's working perfectly. I was in the service industry for 33 years. Good service is something you can't find today. It very much is appreciated. Your crew is a good crew. Really fine people, are professional, and they're efficient.
Coastal Comfort, a Carrier factory authorized dealer. Carrier, turn to the experts.
The Stephen Decatur Seahawks are heading to the state championship Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Tune in to Delmarva Sports Network for an in-depth look at the Seahawks' road to the state championship. Follow DSN on social media for live updates presented by Pohanka of Salisbury and Athlete Academy.
Feel the magic of the season as you wander your way through an immersive winter wonderland at Ocean City, Maryland's Winterfest of Lights. Let imagination flourish at Northside Park with thousands of twinkling lights and larger-than-life animated Christmas scenes. Sip hot chocolate, snap a photo with Santa, and enjoy the array of holiday exhibits under the illuminating holiday lights. Find your magic at Winterfest of Lights, an Ocean City, Maryland family tradition. Open November 16th through December 31st. Get tickets at OCOcean.com or Northside Park.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
The latest look showing us it feels like 25 degrees in Milford, Redding, Georgetown, Greenwood, and Seaford. And it feels like 23 at Indian River Inlet. It's just cold all over. You combine that with the very gusty winds, courtesy of the gale wind warning we have in effect, which means we have winds at about 35 to 40 miles per hour. So we're looking for breezy conditions, at least for the rest of the night. The gale wind warning will come to an end by late tonight, early tomorrow morning around midnight. Here's a look at your exclusive Coast TV 10-day forecast. We are going to get some recovering sunshine. We'll get up to about 40 for the high tomorrow afternoon. But remember, tomorrow morning, we will start off at feeling like 17 with the wind chill factor. But eventually, we'll warm back up by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There will be a chance of rain on Friday and on Sunday, with it staying very cloudy for us on Saturday. But at least by the weekend, it'll feel better in the morning.
All right, Paul, thank you. And thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.